Okay, so next image I have, and I'm going to work on these two images. I have a video that's very similar. I took another very similar photograph with this. So I'm going to crop this image and change it up for my next texture project. But I'm going to begin with this one. So I also had a similar image in this playlist, in this series with cement, but this one I have this blue paint. So I'm going to come on in and I'm going to begin. Again, for this one, I'm going to just come on in and start with my levels. And as soon as I click levels, I see I get my adjustment layer. And I'm going to just work with the redistribution of the value across the channel. And when I do this, I'm resetting my black point and my white point on the image. So I click on and off, and wow, just that simple adjustment really added a great deal to this photograph. So now I want to do the hue saturation, and I'm going to focus in and maybe saturate that blue a little bit more. Although it is really bright, I might decide that I like that or I don't. Okay, so I'm going to click the saturation. Now I could just do the overall saturation. I should say up the saturation on all of it. I like that actually. So there we have that. Okay, or I could say, you know what, don't do that. So I could bring this on back. I could redo it. Now, if you ever do something you don't like it, you can always chuck the layer. I'm going to show you how to do that. So I could click onto this, and I could just click the trash and delete it. Okay? So, and I could start over again, right? You could also, use this and go backward, reset it to the default. That's another way as well. But I'm going to come on in here, and I'm going to click it one more time, hue saturation, and it's on my properties window. So there it is. Let's pull this on out. And if I target the blues, I could do that. And I could just saturate the blue a little bit more. Let's see what's happening here. So I can turn this on and off. Not much is happening at all. Okay, so there we go. Now I just really did it. And you can see sometimes if you go crazy and put it all the way up, then you'll really see what it is there. So it's interesting how the blues that it's pulling from are in these different areas. Maybe let me try and zoom in and see what color it is that I see when I'm in these blues. And it's definitely a blue. It has a little bit of green to it too. It definitely does. So let's actually see what happens if we change our channel and we go from our blues and we focus in on the greens. Let's see when we saturate it a little bit more. And again, sometimes to see where those colors are, you can come in like that. So there we have it. All right, let's look at it before and after. Not much of a difference. So what I'm going to do, and this is the kind of experimentation we can do when we work with our images, I'm going to readjust it, and I am going to saturate the whole thing. I think that actually looks the best. See, the whole image has more of a saturation. I'm going to not go that high up. I feel like the color's starting to get a little worn out. All right. That one's much more slight. You can see it in this area right in here. I'm going to turn it on and off one more time. I can also see it a little bit in the blue. I'm going to zoom back in, go on and off one more time. And I'm going to up it just a little bit more. There we go. And the image is done. File, save as, and I'm going to make this my 08 texture project. And I am going to turn it to a JPEG. Again, I'm done with the PSD. I do not need to save this PSD file. I'm going to put it in medium. That's fine by me. Okay. And I am going to delete that. I'm going to come on into my next image. And what I want to do with this one is I'm going to crop it. Okay. So, and what I'm going to do with my crop is I'm going to change it, and I'm going to use a golden spiral. And I'm going to let the image be arranged with the golden spiral. So what I want to do is I want to show the overlay of it. So I'm going to start to crop it, and I can see that as I crop that this is what I have. I'm going to let's make this image Well, that image definitely is the focal point in the other one, in my other image. So I'm going to get rid of that part, making it a much smaller image. It's kind of fun to move it around and see what we think. Where do we want things to be? Okay. Actually, I'm going to say don't crop. I'm going to reset the box here, and I'm going to click onto this. I'm going to say don't crop. What I want to do actually is I want to rotate this image. So I'm going to come to image, image rotation. I'm going to go 90 degrees clockwise, okay? And now I'm going to crop. I'm going to really focus in on the leaves. Focus in on the leaves. So I'm going to come on in one more time and grab my crop tool. Okay, and here we go. So I really want the leaf, the focus in on the leaves, leaves, leaves. All right, I'm going to leave a little bit of that up in the top corner, and I'm going to double click, and now I just have the leaves. Excellent. All right, so now let me work with the levels, the hue, the saturation, and see what we have. Come on in. Start with the levels. Just a quick reset of the distribution of value. Before and after, looking good. Hue, saturation, overall, up the saturation on the image. I don't want it to lose its clarity. Before and after. File, save as. I'm going to save this one as 09 texture. Turn it into a JPEG. I'm going to hit save. Okay. There we have it. I'm going to close this one up. Don't want that one anymore. Thanks so much.